All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray.
I'll have to ask you to put your seat back for landing.
Oh, of course.
And I'm sorry, I hope it's not a bother.
What's your name?
Cindy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was an island, California dreaming. I'm sad to when it's done.
Ready, Miss Townsend?
Let's do this.
Hey, two of you dating right now?
Hey, any comment about your personal life at this time?
Is this going to interfere with the movie?
Shot, hey!
Why'd Rainer walk off the set?
Welcome home, Miss Townsend.
Thanks, Derek.
I really don't know what you're waiting for.
Subscribe right now.
You just gotta do it. You just gotta subscribe.
Just
You know you want to.
Just do it, please.
Yes.
Please.
Press the button.